The chief stuff with the other rates is a little more easy. But a wash floor is a wash floor. It really doesn't matter where you put it at or who the customers are. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, it's a 3-star. As a meat talk person, my first brief was an AGAR or AGAA was an 06. Like, my very first one of the brief was an 06. Like, you are briefing senior people from the get-go. So I never felt like a watch floor is a watch floor. Maybe a few more watch stations, but at the end of the day, it's a watch floor. Yeah. So I felt very comfortable with that aspect of the job. There were some unique challenges, like as being as the deputy meat talk, because then you're doing like writing messages for ships for stuff that's, they're doing unique things over there that you can't go into on the podcast because it's just unique. But that's something that I had not had experience with, was writing these like naval messages to task force commanders to execute blah, blah, blah. Had to learn how to do that. But honestly, like, I had AGs that had to stand and watch. We were in a similar rotation. The biggest challenge I had as I got there, and the AGs I had some development stuff we had to get through. They were pretty far behind on some IW stuff to the point that they should have had like SPE valves, like follow the instruction. And so that was kind of a challenge getting there, is that they weren't developed the way they should have been. And so that was a challenge I had to work through, it took time, because then some of them were getting out soon. They're like, well, I don't care, I'm getting out. I'm like, that's cool. You can just stay late and work on your IW till you get out. Like I got you till then. So yeah. Either get your pin or you'll just work late every day. Like forever. And so it was challenging. And then I rolled into the department LCPO pretty quick. And so then we had some challenges with a couple chiefs that didn't have their IW pin. And I remember that writing that SPE valve and then routing it up the chain of command. I think this might have been before you were there.
I think it was right before I got there.
Yeah, I just routed it up. Commander 10. I was like, here you go. He's like, what's this? I'm like, let me tell you a story. And I saw it here. And I routed it up, and I got up to the chief of staff. And we had a big sit-down meeting. And I'll never forget when Commodore Captain Rexrow was just like, hey, if you don't do this, I'm just going to go ahead and take your security clearance and down the road you go. He's like, I'm holding the line on this.
Was that Rexroad, or was that or what was the other guy before Rexroad?
No, it was Rexroad.
Then I was there, because I was there before Rexroad.
Okay. I couldn't remember what. So was it
the MA? Was it the MA?
No, it wasn't the MA. It was the CTR, because it was a core. That's why it was a core rate. MA didn't have to get it, but the core rate did, which is wild.
I'm pretty sure I remember the conversation, and if that was Rexroad, that makes 100% sense. He's a submarine dude, right?
Oh,
he's gonna be like, "Oh, you're not qualified. You're out.
Yep.
You're dead to me. You're gone." Right.
So that was it was interesting to start.
Okay, so that was when did you get there?
I got there in September of 2017.
Oh, you got there. I didn't get there. So I wasn't there yet, maybe, because I got there January of 18.
I remember you got there because you arrived while I was on emergency leave because my dad had passed away. So like you had met everybody, and I will never forget like that command. They came through like I had no idea that they like paid for your plane ticket back and get you home. I didn't know that stuff. So Aaron Manning, who was the senior chief running the shop,